Okay, I was out of time from previous video, so I was explaining that another class inside this library that you need to know, which is SQLiteDatabase, and you can use this to represent with this database and work with this database file directly. And what do we mean by working with it? We can insert, update, select, and delete. And there are two approaches. You can run some primitive SQL statement on this database, or you can use built-in method in order to work with this. And when you use built-in method, let's say to insert and update, you need to specify the values. Let's say name with p1, quantity with 2, okay, and the ID will automatically increase, so you're gonna put 1 for this one. Similarly, if you put specify another item, you need to specify what is the name first. Name is p2, let's say. Okay, then a quantity is, let's say, 3. Again, whenever you would like to insert and update a line, okay, a row of code inside here, whenever you would like to insert or update a row of code over here, you need to specify the key, which is column name, and the values, which is their values here, the key and the values. Then if you would like to insert another one, you have to specify the key, their values, the key and the values. And for that convenience, SQLite library provide you another class which is called ContentValues. Okay, ContentValues. Okay, I think ContentValues with S over there. Okay. This one is another class. Okay, this class is used in order to specify the data in form of key value, store data in form of key, which is actually column name, and values, which is actually the values for you to input or update inside that columns. Store data of key values pairs. Okay, used when you insert and update data. Okay, and there is one more class that sorry, I'm out of space here, so it is belonging to this library, but I'm gonna put it outside here. There is another class that you need to work with, which is the cursor class. What is this cursor class? This cursor class is, let's say, when you would like to work with the select statements. Okay, when you would like to work with select statement, when you do select statements. Okay, when you do select statement on this table, okay, what is returned you is a cursor. What is returned you is a cursor. Okay, what is returned you is a cursor object. Cursor. Why is this a cursor? Because it's a pointer. It's pointing to the row before first over here. Okay, and using this cursor, you can move to, okay, let's say move first row, move next, okay, move next, it's going to return false. Or you can move into any random row. Okay, you can move to any random row. Let's say if you move to the first row, this one, so the cursor is pointing to this row, and you can get the data out of this. Let's say you can get the integer out of this, and you get the string out of this. You can get the quantity out of this. So for this cursor, you have two main operations. The first one is navigations operations. Let's say like move first, okay, then move last, okay, then move to position. So it's gonna so on and so forth. There won't be lots more. Okay, move to position. So it's for you to navigate through, navigate this cursor to point to any rows inside your return result. Okay, and beside the navigation, you're going to have access operations. So, or the get operation. Let's say you can get integer, get int, and you need to specify the column. Let's say if column number 0 is for the first column. Okay, column 0 is going to get the integer out of this first column. Let's say if the cursor is pointing to this row, okay, and if you get integer, your column's ID is this way. The column ID, the first one is 0. Okay, the first column ID is 0. Okay, the next column ID is 1. Sorry, column index. The next column index is 2. Okay, is 2. Okay, then let's say if your cursor is currently pointing to this first row, and if you get int 0, means you get the integer values out of this column 0. Similarly, you can get, let's say, get string out of column number 1, and you will get int again out of column number 2. Okay, this one. Of course, you can get many different more different data types. Okay, many more different data types. So these are four main classes that you're going to use a lots of case in order to work with the database, and you work with the database file directly using this database. That's why it's called embedded database. So again, this wrapper classes will have SQLiteOpenHelper helping you to create, upgrade, or connect to the database. Next, once you connected to the once you created and you're connected to the database, you'll be able to use the SQLite database object to represent about this database, so that you can insert, update, select, and delete data. And using two approaches, you primitive SQL statement like insert into table, values, so on and so forth. Okay, or built-in method with the Java built-in method directly inside this one to work for this kind of operation. And when you use built-in method to insert and update, you need to specify several of the values for each column, values for each column, values for each column, and you should use the content values object, which stores the data of key and values. Key is the column name, and values is the values you would like to insert or update inside that table. Then let's say when you select, it's going to on a table, it's going to return you the cursor. The cursor is an object for you to work with the data table over here that return result of a select statement. And for that cursor, you have two main kinds of operation. The navigation operation, like move first, move last, move to position. So it is a cursor helping you to move and point to each of the row over here. And once you point to a row already, you can use several of the other access operations in order to get the data out of the row. Okay, like get integer out of the row number 0, get string out of row number 1, get integer out of the row number 2, so on and so forth. So in the next lecture, I'm going to use an Android apps in order to work with this one. Okay.